Good afternoon. This is Akashvani and I am Abhishek Mukhopadhyay with the Midday News. The headlines. Voting underway for first phase of assembly elections in Chhattisgarh and single phase polling in Mizoram. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Centre has made five-fold increase in budget for welfare of tribal society. Supreme Court asks Punjab, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan governments to stop stubble burning and check air pollution. President Droupadi Murmu addresses convocation of Govind, Ballabh, Pant Agriculture and Technology University in Uttarakhand. And in ICC Cricket World Cup match between Australia and Afghanistan underway at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. Polling is underway for the first phase of assembly elections in Chhattisgarh and single phase polling in Mizoram. In Chhattisgarh, voting is taking place for 20 seats today. Most of these constituencies are in Naxal-affected areas. More than 45% voting was recorded till 1 p.m. in the state. The fate of 223 candidates, including 25 women, will be decided in this phase. Prominent among them are BJP leader and former Chief Minister Raman Singh, State Congress President Deepak Baj, and Deputy Speaker Santaram Netam. Women voters outnumber men in 16 out of the 20 assembly segments where polling has been held today. 5,304 polling booths have been set up for this phase. 200 out of these are managed by women staffers, while 20 each are managed by Divyanjan and youth. Our correspondent reports that polling is going on peacefully.
Polling is progressing peacefully in most affected 20 constituencies of Chhattisgarh. No major untoward incident was reported so far from anywhere. Long queues can be seen in front of polling booths. Voters, especially women, are enthusiastic to exercise their franchise. As many as 223 candidates, including 25 women, are testing their electoral fortunes in first phase. Prominent faces trying their electoral luck in first phase are BJP leader and former Chief Minister Raman Singh, State Congress President Deepak Baj, Deputy Speaker Santaram Netam, and three ministers of Bhupesh Cabinet. Vikalp Shukla, Akashvani News, Raipur.
Voting in the remaining 70 seats in Chhattisgarh will be held on November 17th in the second and last phase of polling for the 90-member state assembly. Counting of votes will be taken up on December 3rd. In Mizoram, voting is taking place for all 40 assembly seats in a single phase today. Polling began at 7 a.m. and will end at 4 p.m. Over 32% voter turnout was recorded till 1 p.m. in the state. More than 8.57 lakh electorates, including 4,39,026 women, will decide the fate of 174 candidates. The ruling Mizo National Front, Indian National Congress and the Mizoram People's Movement have fielded candidates for all 40 seats, while BJP is contesting in 23 assembly constituencies. Aam Aadmi Party is contesting in 4 assembly segments. 27 independent candidates are also in the fray. We now go over live to our correspondent Jean Gangte in Aizawl for the latest update on polling. Jean, how is the poll progressing in your state?
Abhishek, voting is in progress peacefully in 1,276 polling stations across the state. In this election, more than 8,57,000 voters are exercising their franchise. Here in Mizoram, the weather is pleasant, which is not very hot nor very cold. In many of the polling stations, we could see large number of people lining up to cast their votes. Till 11 a.m., the voting percentage is approximately 30%. Traditionally, Mizoram has a high voter turnout in election. We could see that in 2018, the voting percentage was more than 80%. Abhishek.
Yes, Jinko, could you tell us about the security and other arrangements that have been made to ensure peaceful polling?
Yeah, Abhishek. Mizoram has a history of peaceful election.
Right.
However, the state election department is taking up all measures, leaving nothing to chance. Yesterday, I met Chief Electoral Officer Madhu Vyas, and he categorically told that foolproof security are in place for the smooth conduct of election. And in view of assembly elections here in Mizoram, all international borders along Myanmar and Bangladesh, as well as interstate borders along Manipur, Tripura and Assam are being sealed as a security measure.
Right. Thank you.
A total of 3,000 odd state police personnel and 450 sections of Central Armed Police Forces are being deployed in this election.
Okay, Jin, we'll leave it at that. Thank you, Jin Gangte, for the latest update from Aizawl. Voting is also underway for by-polls to Tapi Assembly constituency in Mon district of Nagaland. A total of 15,256 voters will cast their votes in 23 polling stations. As of 11 a.m., polling trend shows 60.40% voters turnout. The by-election was necessitated following the death of the sitting MLA Noke Wang Nao, who passed away on the 20th of August this year. Meanwhile, campaigning is gaining momentum for the second phase of assembly polls in Chhattisgarh and single-phase polling in Madhya Pradesh, Telangana and Rajasthan. Senior BJP leader and Prime Minister Narendra Modi today addressed election rally in Surajpur, Chhattisgarh. He said the BJP government at the centre has made a five-fold increase in the budget for the welfare of the tribal society. Mr. Modi said tribal welfare is a top priority of the BJP.
आप मुझे जो काम करने का मौका दिया ना, इस सेवा काल है मेरे लिए तो सत्ता काल नहीं है। मैं सत्ता में विश्वास नहीं करता, मैं तो सेवा करने के लिए ही पैदा हुआ हूँ और आपने मुझे सेवा का ही काम दिया है। आदिवासी समाज के लिए केंद्र सरकार का बजट 5 गुना बढ़ा दिया, 5 गुना। आपके बच्चों की पढ़ाई अच्छी हो, इसलिए आदिवासी क्षेत्रों में 500 नए एकलव्य मॉडल स्कूल बनाए जा रहे हैं.
Mr. Modi said that the central has given more than 80,000 new community pattas. He said that the BJP government is working with full sincerity to eradicate poverty. In Madhya Pradesh, apart from Prime Minister Narendra Modi, national presidents of BJP, Congress, SP and BSP are campaigning today.
This is the fourth public meeting of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 3 days. Earlier, he had held meetings in Sapota party candidates in Ratlam, Sivni and Khandwa. Many leaders including BJP President JP Nadda, Union Ministers Nitin Gadkari, Anurag Thakur, Arjun Munda, Sadhvi Niranjan Jyoti, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel are campaigning for BJP candidates. At the same time, for Congress candidates, National President Mallikarjun Kharge, senior leaders Anand Sharma, Sachin Pilot, Kamal Nath and Digvijay Singh are campaigning on various seats. Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav and BSP Chief Mayawati have put their entire emphasis on Bundelkhand and Chambal region, while Aam Aadmi Party is focusing on Vindhya region. Sanjeev Sharma, Akashvani News, Bhopal.
In Rajasthan, a total of 2,605 candidates have filed 3,436 nominations for the Rajasthan Assembly elections. On the last day of nomination yesterday, 1,974 nomination papers were filed. The papers have been scrutinized today. Last date for withdrawal of nominations is 9th November. Voting for all 200 assembly constituencies will be held on the 25th of this month. Meanwhile, in Telangana, BJP has released its fourth list of 12 names to contest assembly elections in Telangana. With this, the BJP has so far announced 100 names in 4 lists for the 119 assembly constituencies in the state. This is Akashvani giving you the news. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Supreme Court has asked Punjab, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan governments to stop stubble burning to check air pollution in Delhi NCR region. The apex court observed that there can't be a political battle all the time and they want the stubble burning to stop. A bench comprising Justices S.K. Kaul, Sudhanshu Dhulia and P.K. Mishra said that something has to be done immediately. The court also directed Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan governments to make local SHO responsible for implementing court's direction on stubble burning under the supervision of DGPs and the Chief Secretary. Chile has become the 95th member of the International Solar Alliance, ISA. Chile handed over the instrument of ISA ratification during the meeting of Ambassador Juan Angulo of Chile with Joint Secretary Economic Diplomacy in MEA Abhishek Singh in New Delhi yesterday. President Droupadi Murmu attended the 35th convocation of the Govind Ballabh Pant University of Agriculture and Technology in Udham Singh Nagar, Uttarakhand. She arrived in the state today on a 3-day visit. Governor Lieutenant General retired Gurmeet Singh, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami and Cabinet Minister Ganesh Joshi also attended the ceremony. Graduate, postgraduate and post-PG degrees were bestowed on 1,134 students for the academic year 2022-23. Apart from degrees, 11 gold, 11 silver and 10 bronze medals were awarded to the meritorious students. Speaking on the occasion, President Murmu lauded the emerging trend of higher enrollment of girls in the educational institutes.
आज मंच पर पदक प्राप्त करने वाले विद्यार्थियों में लड़कियों की संख्या अधिक थी। ये ट्रेंड मैं अन्य संस्थाओं में भी देखती हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे राष्ट्रपति के पद पर मुझे बहुत सारा यूनिवर्सिटी जाना पड़ता है। मैं देख रही हूँ सभी जगह बेटियाँ अच्छा करते हैं। ये सुखद बदलाव विकास पथ पर बढ़ते हुए भारत का दर्शन है। मैं बेटियों की उनकी उपलब्धि के लिए विशेष बधाई देती हूँ।
The 6th India-Malaysia Joint Commission meeting will be held in New Delhi this evening. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and his Malaysian counterpart Dr. Jamri Abdul Qadir will co-chair the meeting. The Joint Commission meeting will review the progress of enhanced strategic partnership in the areas of political, defence, security, economic, trade and investment ties, among others. Both sides will also discuss regional and multilateral issues of mutual interest. Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan will embark for a 3-day visit to Japan from tomorrow. The minister will hold meetings with his Japan counterparts, business leaders, academia and members of the Indian diaspora. He will visit Tokyo, Kyoto, Hiroshima and Oita, where he will deliver a lecture on India and the emerging world. Israel continues to launch heavy attacks on Gaza. Large explosions were reported from many parts of the Gaza Strip, especially in the north. Israel Defense Forces IDF said it had encircled Gaza City and divided the besieged coastal strip into two, and also indicated its plan to send more troops to the besieged enclave in the coming hours. The IDF troops are expected to enter Gaza City within 48 hours. It has again asked civilians in northern Gaza to move to South Gaza. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that his country will have overall security responsibility over the Gaza Strip for an indefinite period after the war against Hamas ends. He said he would consider tactical little pauses in Gaza fighting to facilitate the entry of aid or exit of hostages.
There will be no general ceasefire in Gaza without the release of our hostages. As far as tactical little pauses, an hour here, an hour there, we've had them before. I suppose we'll check the circumstances in order to enable goods, humanitarian goods to come in, or our hostages, individual hostages to leave. But I don't think there's going to be a general ceasefire. It's not that I don't think. I think it will hamper the war effort. It'll hamper our effort to get our hostages out, because the only thing that works on these criminals in Hamas is the military pressure that we're exerting.
Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni has said a country will build 2 centres in Albania to host tens of thousands of illegal migrants. She announced the plan at a news conference with Albanian Prime Minister Edi Rama in Rome. Ms. Meloni said the centres due to open next spring will be able to process up to 36,000 people a year. The plan will apply to migrants rescued at sea by Italian boats and not to those who arrive on Italian shores. In ICC Men's Cricket World Cup, the match between Australia and Afghanistan is underway at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. Afghanistan was 6 for no loss in 2.2 overs when reports last came in. Early Afghanistan won the toss and elected to bat first. Both teams have played 7 matches so far. Australia won 5 matches and can guarantee a place in the semi-finals if they manage to beat Afghanistan in today's match. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Voting underway for first phase of assembly elections in Chhattisgarh and single phase polling in Mizoram. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says centre has made 5-fold increase in budget for welfare of tribal society. Supreme Court asked Punjab, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan governments to stop stubble burning to check air pollution. President Droupadi Murmu addresses convocation of Govind Ballabh Pant Agriculture and Technology University in Uttarakhand. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, match between Australia and Afghanistan underway at Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. And with that we end the Midday News.